Today we wanted to talk about how to make your offer stand out in the market of Greenville, North Carolina.
Right, so it really becomes, success comes from a strategic strategy in place made by what's going on right here, right now in the market, which is one of the reasons why we do market updates all the time for our clients. So this way you can position yourself in a competitive field. We love to talk to you about that so you can actually get into the home that you're wanting at the time you need it.
Exactly. Therefore, as my wife said, understanding the real estate market trends, it's super important because you need to be aware of the market condition, if the market is in the buyer's market, is in the seller's market, and also what factors actually involve in the changing the price, either rising or decreasing the price, and in inventory. These are all helps you to understand how the market dynamic is. And then here, we wanted to break down this strategy for offer for you in Greenville, North Carolina, that you can better make decision.
Right, so that's why we do those market updates all the time though, because those market updates are key information where we dig into the data and we share that data with you so you can make the best decisions out there, especially if you're relocating, because now you don't even live here, so we're giving you information about what is happening here so you can make that decision. Now, we're going to talk about competitive offers and CMAs and all of this after our introduction, so let's hit it. Hi, it's Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Now, a CMA is something, a comparative market analysis, a broker price opinion, which would be us as well. It basically is you're going to ask your real estate agent to run the numbers, make sure that this home is the value that you want to get into. So you want to explain that a little bit more about the CMA?
Exactly. Therefore, CMA actually is a piece that is really completing that puzzle and understanding, for example, if the house is in the market for $400,000 and you wanted to know what offer you need, that's why your real estate agent comes to play and run this number. Mostly, many appraisal, they do it 6 months to 1 year of the sale data. But really, if we can go even in shorter window, like 3 months, because real estate changing seasonally, it could be even more accurate. We're gonna go just 1 to 1.5 miles from the radius of that house and choosing the best the best way that, for example, a square footage, the number of the bedroom and bathroom, how exactly fit with the house that you're buying, if we have the data, to really bring it to the place that we can put this offer, put this number in front of you, and you can make a better decision.
Right, and let's just give you a real estate agent advice. If somebody's telling you need to go over, and they're telling you $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, and they have not shown you any information why, this is not somebody that is necessarily working in your best interest. So I want to make sure that you aren't getting someone always working in your best interest, which is why you absolutely need to ask and be expecting a CMA before we write these offers. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is making sure your real estate is someone who is not just someone opening the doors for you, that they have some sort of expertise, because you are looking for someone to be on your side, to make strategic decisions, to be an advocate for you. An agent is going to work for the client in itself, and you're the client who's trying to get you a home. So it is not about like selling you the most expensive house. That's not a good agent at all. We want to make sure that you understand the market conditions, the seller's motivations as much as possible. Not that they always tell us that, but really we want to be able to stand out by doing the math for you. So if you have someone, if you do find out the seller information and they want a quicker timeline, maybe we can talk about a quicker timeline. Maybe they want a little bit more loosey-goosey timeline because they're buying new construction that won't be done for another 2 months. This is all things that are going to help you in making this offer to be winning.
Exactly. Therefore, definitely those are, and I also wanted to make sure also we pay attention days on the market too. If the houses stayed in the market for more than 30 years, that you might
30
have
days.
More than 30 days. You might have a place for a little bit lowering down. Of course, depends on the CMA that we provide for you. The thing that we wanted to talk about is balancing price with your budget. Do you wanted to elaborate on that?
I'll talk a little bit about it if you want me to. So you want to make sure that it's tempting to bid on the first house right away, but honestly, I don't recommend that because typically you can have regrets. So we don't want to overextend our budget. Really want to stay in budget. Want to really have done the math on how much that monthly payment is going to be on your budget. If it is important enough that you're going to hold firm? Is that $5,000 difference really going to hurt you on that month-to-month database? This is really like price within the budget. So we have to look at, we don't want to overextend you, of course, but if somebody's looking for, make a deal, we just make sure that the math works in your favor always. We're working to make sure that that math is going to work out.
Exactly. Therefore, you need to always do your due diligence to get a more than a one quote from one lender that helps you to understand where your monthly payment stands. That's why we need to craft a winning offer. And why are we saying winning offer? There are a couple items that is involved in this. The first thing, as we said, there are pre-approval, no? Therefore, make sure when you're working with the lender just don't give you a pre-qualification letter. At least they do some kind of underwriting. Make sure your income, your debt to income ratio, your credit score is all in a place that you can definitely count on they're providing fund for buying your house, which sometimes is not good. Just people they got from random companies, these pre-qualification letters, and then when it comes to the closing table, they cannot close on the house. Therefore, this is one thing. What is the second one?
The second one is going to be flexible terms. If you know you want this home because it's in the right neighborhood that you want it, you can see yourself in this home, it is exactly what you want, but the seller might pass on you simply because, not because they want a different family or anything like that, simply because they wanted to be more flexible, because again, they have a reason to where they don't need to be somewhere for 3 months, 2 months, and they started to put on the market just to see. So we have to make sure that we are being flexible with our terms. That way you are going to win. And it's not just the price sometimes. It can be your other terms. If you come in with saying that you're based on all of these, conditions or your requirements, your offer is less appealing to the seller. So you want to make sure that your offer is desired closing as much as possible, and you want to kind of make sure it's not always just price. It can be more things.
Therefore, the contingency, and also I wanted to add.
That was the word I couldn't remember.
I can also add due diligence in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
For many of you that they are out of the state, or even your first time home buyer, you never bought a house. This is super important in offer. We just don't put earnest money like other states. We need due diligence. This is the money that directly goes and deposit in the seller's account. If you change your mind or you back out for any reason from the deal, you're gonna lose that money. But that money still is necessary if you wanted to win that house.
Right now, we want to make sure that you're prepared for negotiations. So negotiations are there as well. The seller might not accept your first offer. They might come back with a counter argument. Maybe it's different terms, different close date, different, maybe it's inspection time period, maybe it's price. It could be all of the above or one of the things. So when they agree, or it could be closing costs or something like that. So they might have agreed to something, but you have to understand that making quick decisions and saying, I'm going to sleep on it for 3 days isn't going to necessarily help you win in negotiations.
Exactly. At the end, we wanted to just give you this, that really Greenville, North Carolina is a great place to live. You need to be always, if you want to get the house that you want or you love, you need to be prepared for it. Talking to lender professionals, be flexible, have some local market knowledge. That's why we're putting in our YouTube channel every month for you this housing market update, and understanding the current trend, understanding the CMA that we explained to you, due diligence period.
Contingencies, which I forgot the word.
And contingency, all these terms that could be real estate jargons, you need to be aware of it and make sure that we help you, as me and my wife Alan Victoria, Pinner real estate agent professional in Greenville, to make sure this home buying journey goes smooth with as much as possible, less stress.
That was a great ending. So please don't forget to watch this playlist, hit the subscribe button, and we can't wait to see you in tomorrow's video.